Hey everybody, it's TastierOak here. I know it's been a while since my last video, just like the first time, but I actually have a good reason this time. I got hacked, but I'm back now, and I'll talk about that in this description. Anyway, this is the first video of my series I'm gonna do, and this is a request video made by Johny Bravo. I will put his name in the description. Anyways, he sent me a message asking if I could do a video on the schools and like what's the pros and cons are and which one I prefer and my opinions on them. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, I'm gonna do this video in 4 parts. Alright, first I'm gonna tell you what they all do, like how they're unique, what they specialize in. Then I'm gonna tell you my opinions on all of them. Then I'm going to rank them from 1 to 7, and then I'm going to give you some tips and advice on choosing a school or making a school your secondary school. All right? All right. So first we have myth. All right, and all right, this is one of the harder ones to figure out. Anyways, myth, they specialize in double attacks. Like one spell will do 2 attacks. Examples of these are Minotaur, Orthoris, and maybe Medusa. Correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot about Medusa. But anyways, they'll do like 1 attack and it'll be like low damage, and then they'll do another attack and it'll do even more damage. Like Minotaur, it will do like 50 damage, and then it'll go ahead and do 200 damage. So they have like a couple of spells of that. So that's myth. Okay, now life. All right, this is probably the most obvious one. Life heals. All right, they're really good healers. They have all the best healing things that you can do. They can have all that. So they're really awesome healers. They can heal themselves and they can heal other people. Alright, fire I'm not so sure about, but I'm pretty sure this is what it is. Alright, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But fire, what they specialize in is I'm pretty sure is damage over time. Like they'll like do an ongoing spell that lasts a couple of rounds and it'll do damage more and more each time. An example of this is Fire Elf. Right? And there's also Hexhound, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. They do damage over time. So yeah. Okay, ice is probably the most unknown. Like a lot of people do not know what ice is, but I'm pretty sure about this one. I'm almost positive. In fact, ice is what they do is they're specialized. They have health. They don't specialize in healing, but they specialize in having just a whole bunch of health. The only people I know that exceed 4,000 health are ice, and like a lot of the ice only gear and stuff, all the equipment has just tons of health. The really high level ones. All right, next we have balance. Balance is probably the most weird class that there is. It's not weird. It's just one of the more it's unique, right? And what they don't specialize in like anything like attack or heal or anything. They have to do with like support basically. They specialize in shield. They specialize in blades and traps. They can put some really nice blades on you, and it revolves around the 3 elements: fire, storm, and ice. And so a lot of their spells have fire, storm, and ice in them. And also, one thing that's really good about balance is if you want a duel, then you should definitely choose a balance. Balances are the best duels that there are. They can really blade themselves up, and they can just use the best spells in the game. All right, what death specializes in is stealing health. Basically, they do damage to the enemy, and this is all in one spell. They do damage to the enemy, and they heal themselves half of what you did. Right, so if you do, right, say you use a spell, it does 400 damage to them. You will heal yourself 200, and it's the same on. Um, they have wraith and stuff and all that, and those are all spells that do it. Alright, last but most certainly not least, my class, Storm. They specialize in damage. This is the reason why I chose it. I just love it. And so, yeah, basically, it's simple as can be. They do damage. Alright, now it's time for the part of the video where I'm going to tell you my opinion on all these classes and what I like and don't like about them. Alright, Myth. I hate it. You guys know I have a level 67 Myth. That was the first character I ever did. It was not fun. Alright, here's the thing about Myth. Alright, if you want to choose it, go ahead and choose. But I'm just going to tell you now, they're so underpowered. They are the most underpowered people in the games. Their spells aren't that good. They just have such, they're just, it's not fun. I used to have a Myth. And even if you are already a Myth, I'm going to give you a tip later on how to make yourself better if you don't like it. It's the tip that I used, but I don't like Myth. If you were going to choose Myth, I would not advise it if I were you. Alright, life. If you want to choose life, do it. If I wasn't going to be a storm, I would be a life. Life, alright, I love the life, right? It's just they're first of all, you're never gonna die. You can heal yourself. You can heal other people. Everybody likes you, all right? Because you can heal other people. Usually, a lot of happy not lives that I know are happy as can be, and I have a whole lot of respect for lives because they're just really awesome players. I used to play as a life. It's so fun. It never gets old. It's really fun. It's just awesome. You get to heal other people and you can heal yourself. You're a big help on the battlefield. Death. Um, Death is a hard one. I can't really help you with death because I've never played as a death. But I honestly don't like death. It's just all their houses and I mean, this probably doesn't matter to a lot of players, but this matters to me. A lot of the houses and stuff, they're just gloomy and the clothes. But hey, hence the name Death. I just don't like it. It just doesn't. It's not my style. I can't really wrap my head around it though. It just seems like it wouldn't be that fun. So that's not one of my favorites. Let's say. All right, fire seems pretty cool. I've never had a fire, but I know more about fire. Um, they're pretty cool. They have really cool outfits. I like that because their colors are like, fire. And they have cool spells. That's what I like about them. Hierophant is one of my favorite spells. And they just have really unique spells. That's one of the reasons I like them. Everything's like they're kind of unique. And so that's what I like how they're different. Ice is really cool. They have really like awesome spells. They have cool outfits. Just like fire, they have really unique spells, and that's really cool. All right, Storm. Of course, I'm gonna brag about Storm because it's my class. The reason, all right, I switched over from Myth to Storm. That's how much I love it. I've always admired Storms, so I made the switch. I created a Storm character. I love it. You should definitely, most definitely become a Storm. All the best players that you will see are Storms and stuff, and it's just so much fun. It never gets old. And hey, one of the perks is you have the nicest professor in like all of Ravenwood besides I mean, yeah, there are a bunch of other ones, but I really like the teacher. It's fun. You can do a bunch of damage. It's really fun. I would highly suggest choosing Storm. Okay, balance. That balance seems pretty cool. I played as balance once, and it was pretty fun. I mean, it's a different experience. That's for sure. It's not like any other class, right? It's a whole lot of different experience. There's not as much attack spells and stuff, and it's cool kind of being support. You can support yourself. You have kind of weak spells, but that you make up for that because you can blade yourself, trap the enemies and stuff, and all this, and it's pretty fun. Okay, now it's time for the portion of the video where I'm going to rank them from 1 to 7. Here we go. Number 1, Storm. Number 2, Life. Number 3, Balance. Number 4, Ice. Number 6, Fire. Oh wait, my bad. Number 5 is Fire. Number 6 is Death. And last but yet least, Myth. Okay, last part of the video where I'm going to give you some tips and advice on choosing a class, and if you already have a class, my bad, schools, I call them classes. If you already have a school, I'm going to show you some secondary schools you can have. Alright, first tip is opposite schools, alright? What I mean by this is a lot of people have secondary schools, like they'll be like a fire, like that's the actual wizard they'll be, but then they'll have like a life as a secondary school, it's like they'll have a bunch of life spells too. I highly advise this. If you don't have a secondary school, first of all, you're going to have a whole bunch of empty spaces in your deck. Alright? And here's what I suggest to make your secondary school. Whatever school you are, make your secondary school the opposite. So when you're versing enemies that are the same school as you, yeah, you have prisms, but if you have the opposite school spells, then you could do some more damage, and it'll boost on them, and it'll be a lot easier for you. So say if you're a myth and you have storm cards and you're versing another myth, you can use storm on them, and it'll boost, and it'll be a lot easier. All right, the next one isn't really a tip, but it's a suggestion. All right, storm and life or life and storm. If you haven't chosen a class yet, I suggest that you choose either life or storm and make the secondary class either storm or life. So if you're life, choose a storm as your secondary class, and if you're a storm, choose life as your secondary class. This is, I think, the best combination of the dynamic duo. They can heal. I mean, you can heal a lot. You can have good health, and you can do the damage. This will really help you out in battle. All right, the most important tip of all that I can give you is this kind of breaking all the rules of choosing a class that I just told you. But besides ranking and all the perks and stuff, choose the class that that fits your personality. I mean, it's only gonna be fun if you do. I mean, if you're like, it's just if you like nature and stuff, choose life. It'll make the game a lot more funner. You'll be more comfortable, and it'll feel more like, I don't know what the word is. Let's see. You'll feel more relatable to it, and it'll be really fun for you. And your wizard will be just like you in real life, and it makes it way funner. So yeah. All right, guys. The end of the video. Hope you enjoyed the first video in the series. Please comment what you thought. Like and subscribe. Once again, this request was made by Johny Bravo. I'll put his name in the description. So yeah, hope you liked it. Hope to make more videos like this. See you later. This is TastierOak signing off. Bye.